The Twins lost tonight against the White Sox. That's pretty bad. As you can see, they lost 3-2. It was a bad game. But the reason is because they have absolutely no offense. And I don't want to say that, but their offense, we've talked about this literally every video. Their offense is capable of so much more. And they're so inconsistent. They are so inconsistent when it comes to offense. They scored two runs tonight, as you can see right here. Last time they were playing the Royals in their Sunday finale, they scored 8. The day before that, they scored 2. The day before that, they scored 8. And then the day before that, they scored 7. Like, you cannot win games when you score 2 runs. Plain and simple, all right? You cannot win games when you score, I would say, less than 4 to 5 runs. But 2, you're not going to win any games. And that's why they've lost the last 2 games, because they could not score. They were no hit in this game for the first 5 innings. And the only reason they were still in this game was because Joe Ryan really pitched well tonight. So I want to start with the pitching because, like I said, this game was so good. It was so good from Joe Ryan, and then it went completely 180. So Joe Ryan tonight threw 6 innings, and he threw 87 pitches. Arguably, I think he probably could have gone one more. I was a little shocked when they took him out after 6, just because, like, I get it. You don't want to, have him go out there and then maybe only get 1 out, give up a runner, whatever. They're seeing him 3 times. Like, I get it. But at the same time, he allowed, I think, 1 hit. Yes, 1 hit, okay? Through the first 5 innings of this game, there were 1 hit combined between the 2 teams. Like I said, the Twins were no hit through 5 innings, and Joe Ryan only allowed 1 hit himself. He did allow 2 walks in this game, but did not allow a run. He looked so good, and I'm very, very, very surprised that he did not start that 7th inning. The Twins had the lead, though. I guess you give it over to a bullpen with a day's rest. Like I said, it statistically makes sense. I just don't love that. I don't love that decision. The reason is, hindsight is 20/20, but Jorge Lopez, now was his 2nd blown save of the year, pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, including a home run, and it was Eloy Jimenez who hit the home run. My stream glitched out for literally that at-bat, and I didn't see it. So that was the home run, though, that gave the White Sox the lead. Twins got a run back, but obviously in the 10th inning, which, again, I don't think this game was managed correctly, especially after a day off, but they gave up the run. So Lopez struggles, okay? He was maybe only supposed to go 1 inning anyway. Jax gets the 8th, and then Duran gets the 9th, but you don't want to use him in a 2-2 game because they have made this mistake 2 or 3 times against the Red Sox. He pitched too early. Then some guy has to come out of the bullpen who is not as good as Duran. I think both cases they lost in those situations where Duran pitched in the 8th or 9th inning or something like that, and they lost in extras or some, along those lines, lost by a walk-off or whatever. It was Moran. I think it was Moran for both games, and then tonight it was Thielbar. But it's just obviously the intention is to go Ryan, Lopez, Jax, or whoever, maybe a lefty if it makes more sense there, Moran, and then Duran. But I don't know if things just got off sequence because Lopez kind of struggled or what. They were just trying to play it smarter. But you sent Brock Stewart. You sent Brock Stewart out there for the 9th inning where you're in a tie game. That does not make any sense to me, okay? So that made 0 sense. And he loaded the bases. He got out of the inning. Good for him. But that did not make sense to me whatsoever. And then Thielbar comes in. I guess he's your best chance. And he had some great pitches. Gave up the hit with two outs. I think there was 2 strikes even. I'm not 100% sure on that. But gave it up. When you start with a runner on second and extra innings, it's going to be tough. Especially when you don't score. Twins kind of blew that one. But when you got a guy on third, Billy Hamilton, he's fast. Literally anything's going to score him. Did he steal third or just made a great play to get over to third? And then with 1 out, got a lucky pop-up, and then it was a hit to end it. So that was the pitching side of things. I just don't like how that played out tonight. It's a long season. I know you got to take care of your pitchers. You got to do things differently, against divisional opponents because they've seen your guys. They know, I get there's so much strategy that goes into it, but that's not how I would have played it tonight. Anyway, let's go on to the hitting side of things. Hitting was just, again, non-existent. They only had 3 hits. 3 hits tonight. They did draw 5 walks, so that's really bad. When you have more walks than you have hits, when you only have 3 of them, and you don't get it started until the 6th inning. So really a bad offensive night by everybody involved, and it's not as bad as it looked completely. Correa was robbed of a home run, and literally, I mean robbed of a home run. Benintendi went up and took it away. So that was in the 1st inning, I think. So that's tough. And, it's colder. I know the wind was kind of blowing around. Not that you can have that kind of excuse, but in the summertime, that's probably a home run, right? And it is what it is. But, I think the White Sox probably had 1 or 2 that stayed in the park as well. So can't be upset about that. But, that may have changed the game if you score early in the 1st inning, and give Ryan some run support. Maybe he does get to go out there for that 7th inning. You have those thoughts. So anyway, Buxton 1 for 4 tonight. Did score a run, drew a walk as well. Polanco, he was 0 for 3 tonight. So I think that's back-to-back games without a hit. Or maybe it was the game that they sucked against the Royals. When they suck, he sucks, I guess. Or vice versa. When he sucks, the Twins suck. Maybe that's the right way to put that. Correa did get 1 hit, though, tonight. It was a double down in the corner. That was a nice piece of hitting. He's barreling up balls lately, which is kind of nice. He's just hitting them right to people, so it is what it is. He also made a fantastic defensive play. I think it was in the 1st or 2nd inning. Maybe it was the 3rd inning. But he kind of got beaten up on a 1-hop and spun around a little bit, made a nice throw. Gallo picked him up as well. That was really cool, so credit to him there. He's a good player, but just hasn't shown it in the bat yet. Still batting .200. Larnach 0 for 2, though. Here you go. Just a bunch of zeros in a row. So this isn't good, but Larnach 0 for 2 did have a ribby, had a sac fly. Then you had Miranda 0 for, Kepler 0 for, Gallo 0 for, Vasquez 0 for, has swung at a ball way above his head in extra innings. That was awful. Taylor 0 for, but Gordon came in for Taylor and hit a pinch hit home run. So that was really cool. It was off of Colome, who's a former Twin. Obviously, that's why he is no longer a Twin, because he gives up the home run. He was not a good pitcher, and I don't know why the White Sox still have him on the team, but whatever. So there's your offense that didn't exist tonight. Like I said, 3 hits. One of them was a solo home run, and the other was a Buxton single and a Correa double. That's it. Yeah, you get a couple of walks in there. Maybe you make it timely because you got guys on base. I mean, they did have runners in scoring position. They just went 0 for 6 with their guys in scoring position. They left 6 guys on base. So, yeah, just not a good night offensively. Kopech, is not the greatest pitcher in the world either. Had 7 strikeouts tonight, only gave up the 1 hit, had a no-hitter through 5. You got to beat bad pitchers. I get that they're, on the road. I get that it's a little colder. Some things maybe just aren't going your way, whatever. But, you got to be a better team than that. So, it sucks that, these are the tough games. Not maybe against the White Sox. Yes, the White Sox literally lost 10 straight. So, obviously, they've got a high morale from that 9-run comeback against the Rays on Sunday. But these are games you probably should win, and you probably, yes, the no-hitting sucks, but you give up 1 bad pitch, right? We talked about this so much during the beginning of the year. You give up 1 bad pitch, and all of a sudden it's a different ballgame. Avisail Garcia, 1 pitch. Was it Pablo, I think? Or Maeda? In Miami at the beginning of the season. 1-0 against Sandy. Those are the games that you just need to do better offensively. And maybe that's just bunting more. Maybe that's stealing some bases. Buxton stole a base tonight. Getting guys on base, walk, bloop, single, whatever, steal a base, move them over, sac fly, whatever it is. You just got to do something. And I think the Twins still rely on the home run ball too much. They're a power-hitting team. Mostly, I would say, aiming more towards the doubles and hard ground balls that might get through and maybe go down the line for base hits. But they do still have that home run power, and I think they try to use that to their advantage, but they use it too much, and it's just not effective 100% of the time. that's just what the problem becomes, and then you give up one bad pitch because you're not hitting well for on a specific night, and you lose the game. So really tough loss tonight. I'm going to hear about it tomorrow at work because my boss is a White Sox fan, so hopefully we can come back, win the series. I think the Twins lost the first game against them the last time they played them too, right? So, they're a good hitting team. I think they'll come back, and they came back well against the Royals when they lost a tough game. So I expect better tomorrow. Is it Pablo Day again tomorrow? I'm not sure, to be completely honest, but a really good pitching by Ryan. I believe it was the 5th time a pitcher has ever started 5-0 on the year. He did not get the win or the loss. Only Garrett Cole, I think, has 5 wins, maybe 5-0. But yeah, my dad said he was looking to become the first pitcher ever to be 6-0 to start off the season for the Twins. I don't know if that's true or not, but really, it's a tough loss. You bounce back tomorrow. We'll see you then.